All right, let's try this again. Sorry guys, I was on, we have two Wi-Fis in this house because it's made of redwood and the signal doesn't go through very well. So now things are working great. Hey Dad, hey, I think I saw Jiggy Mig there. 1 second while I flip the camera. Guys, okay, awesome, this is going much better. So it is good to see you on this fantastic Tuesday. And my name is Crystal Invitovich. I'm an internationally published intuitive author. And today I want to share with you guys 3 affirmations that will get you through anything in your day. And 1 affirmation that I thought I was going to be putting one way, but after a conversation I just had with my parents, I think I understand a little bit better what I'm supposed to say now. So we're going to see how that goes. I love this, and I can't wait to share it with you. So our first affirmation is, I overcome obstacles with renewed inner strength. And an obstacle is anything. So I overcome obstacles with renewed inner strength. Good morning, Staryn. And that means that if I'm nervous about something, if something's hard, if something challenges me, if something puts up a fight, even inanimate objects, right? Hey, Eric. That means that I am going to be able to overcome it, and I'm going to be stronger afterwards. And Staryn, thank you for inviting followers. So I know that I'm growing, constantly growing. I'm constantly learning. Even if I thought I understood something, I can still grow in it. And it doesn't mean that I didn't know anything. It means that there's more to it. So don't sell yourself short or put yourself down for things like that. Good morning. Just let yourself understand that you're growing. That doesn't mean you didn't know anything before. It may feel like it with how much knowledge you gain over time, but you know enough right now to do what you need to do right now. You'll know enough later, and it might be more than now. You'll know enough later to do what you need to do then. You are always at the right place as long as you trust it. So you always overcome obstacles with renewed inner strength. Our second affirmation is, I am successful in all that I do. I am successful in all that I do. Everything that I set out to do, I know is going to work. And let me tell you, one of the reasons I truly know that is because if I'm going through life doing my best to live the way that God wants me to live, I believe I cannot fail. Because if I'm listening carefully, if I'm reading the situation when things fail and I look around and I see other opportunities and I know that that's God's way of saying, hey, not this way, try that way, I know I can't fail because I'm being aware that there's something more going on. I'm being open to receiving clues and hints and to understanding how to get where I need to go. And that trust, that faith gets me where I need to be. I will always be successful because I'm always trusting that God's got my back. It really is that simple. It's hard to get there. You gotta train yourself. But once you do, it becomes a second nature. It becomes an instinct, and it will get you so far in life. So remind yourself that you are successful in everything you do, and let that remind you that it's because you're capable on sort of falling back on faith. And even when you're confused, just going with your gut, which is another way that I believe God communicates with us, is going to get you very far. Our third affirmation is, gratitude is my attitude. Gratitude is my attitude is the best thing ever because all you have to do is list 3 things that you're grateful for. You can do more, you can do less, whatever's comfortable for you right now, but make sure you challenge yourself to build up if you're starting with 1, right? So listing things you're grateful for reminds you how good life is right now. Even though you're working towards things, it reminds you that you've got a lot going for you right now. It reminds you that your goals are worth it. It reminds you that you're not alone. You're not abandoned, right? If you can list 3 things that you're grateful for, life is not as bad as it might seem sometimes. Life is not as unfair as it might seem sometimes. And when things do seem unfair, if you take that situation and regardless of it, list things that you're grateful for, you can realize the purpose in that situation. And maybe it's not as unfair of a situation as you thought. Maybe that is one of the obstacles that is meant to give you that inner strength, that is meant to help you grow. Maybe it's progressing you on your road to success. It's probably got a purpose. And if it's just a struggle, if it's just hard stuff for the sake of being hard, then it's probably a sign that you should try something different. Read the situation and be grateful for what you have around you because can you list the same things every day? You can. Yeah, I like to take it a step further and I'll list whatever comes to my mind because those are the things that are really with me at that moment and what I'm really grateful for. So a lot of the times it's the people I'm surrounded with, the situations that I get to be in and all the opportunities that I'm given. But if something great happens, I'm grateful for it immediately. So at the end of every day, I take things from that day, 3 things that happened that day, and I list them too, because I want to have every day have something that I can be grateful for. And if I have at least 3 things every day that I can be grateful for, I know I had a good day, right? So that is gratitude is my attitude. And then today we have a phrase. Has anybody ever heard the phrase, speak your truth? I'm going to be honest, I heard this for the first time when I was learning about energy therapy, and I was learning about the chakras and what they all represent and what kind of energy you hold there and stuff like that. And right here is actually a chakra that is represented by my favorite color, blue, and it's about speaking your truth. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, so you just talk a lot, or you're not talkative, or you're honest. But lately I've been starting to understand what it means to speak your truth. And your truth is the your part in there. That's exactly a key too, because here's what I do a lot. I vent. Okay, I vent a lot. If something bothers me, if I feel stuck in something, I have a wonderful group of people, my parents, my husband, some really great friends who I know I can turn to and vent. And they'll listen and they'll know I'm crazy, but they'll listen because to me, this is my feeling. This is valid. This is real. It is my truth. It is what is real for me. So yay, blue. So if I'm venting that, even if it's off base, I need to let it out. I need to speak my truth. And then sometimes your truth is absolutely on point, but sometimes your truth can be a little bit more elaborated upon by someone else's perspective, right? So always speak your truth. And if you know that you just need to vent, have some friends who know, hey, this is a moment where she or he needs to vent. And they just listen, and then they give you perspective. Because that's going to help you, because your truth will be refined into something even better that you can fall back on later. Again, that's part of your research. And even speaking of that, when you speak about what you believe, I honestly believe you're speaking your truth. Does that make your truth the same as everybody else's? No. Everybody has different beliefs in different ways. And sometimes they all come from the same basis, but they just get there differently. And that doesn't make the truth any worse or better than anybody else's, right? You're speaking your truth. You're saying what you believe, which is why I encourage people to do your research. If you're considering believing something new, do your research. Take the time to sort of let it mull there for a little bit and do research. Google it. Find it from both sides so that when someone questions it, if you can stand up for it and say, I know I believe this because this, you're good. Then you have researched something and you know that it's easier to believe in it because you have a foundation for it. It is more your truth then because you earned it. You worked for it. So that is what I do. I'm in the middle of it right now. I'm considering accepting a new way of believing in something, and it's still the same God, the same Jesus, the same stuff like that, but it's just a new item that I've seen, and I want to investigate it. So fact-based intuition. Are you saying believing in things based on your intuition? Again, I totally agree with that. As an intuitive here, half of the things, if not more, in my life that I do are based on my intuitive instincts. I do something because it feels right, because I'm told to do it in my head or however you want to think about it, and I go for it. And I got to tell you, especially when I fall back on my intuitive instincts, when I fall back on that internal truth, then I know things always work out. They have never failed me once. So always speak your truth, but the key is also to know your truth. And when you're venting, a lot of the time your truth comes out. So you'll say something or brainstorm out loud, and you'll realize that you believe something, or that something's been bothering you, or that there's something going on in your life that you needed to talk about, and it defines it for you just by either writing a lot, if you keep a journal, that'll help you figure it out, or having someone to talk to. That's how I do it. Because I need to literally vent it out in order to feel better. Otherwise it bothers me. So if you're like me, find a good friend who will listen and who knows to just sit back and listen and let you vent, and then give their help and their guidance. So I'm going to give you a screenshot of today's affirmation. I bet you know what it is by now. Hang on. I speak my truth. And I'm going to put this all over social media. So if you follow me at Crystal and Amber on any of those social media sites listed below, you will see a good quality version of it. And this replay will be on my website later, so you can check it out again there. Thank you guys very much for sharing this moment with me, sharing this time with me today. I hope that you can go out there today and speak your truth and do it kindly, right? Because even though we're venting, even though we're letting people know our valid feelings and our truth, they've got their own truth too, and we should listen to that because they probably need a friend just like we do, and we can do that for each other. So thank you guys again. Keep gratitude as your attitude today. Live in the moment. That's where your control is. And if you want to hear more about me and my fiction, personal development, Christian fantasy books, go ahead and check out my website, and I would love to get your feedback on those books. I have a new one that is hopefully coming out very soon, and I can't wait to share more details about that with you. So thank you so much, guys. Follow me and I will follow you back. That's how we can talk to each other, and I would love that. So thank you again. Have a great day. Bye.